Hey everybody! I'm about a minute or so early, so I just wanted to do that so I can kind of get a couple of things shared for myself. So, um, let's see. All right, sorry. Get back here. Get to know her. I'll bring it up so I can see comments. Okay. Hey everybody! Hey! All right, let me get this. Sorry, shake the camera in a second. Put this on here. Need to get my ring light away from my camera a bit. Okay. All right. Awesome sauce. Thanks for sprinkling. Okay. Gosh, I got like stuff from this pine that we're gonna be using everywhere. But it's so pretty. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Of course, we're gonna be using the rail. And I'm gonna be using this sign. You can see I drilled 2 holes so I can put my hanging bow on there. Hello, Mama Jean. I wanted to put this on the character board, but it's too big. And because I wanted it in the center and then like put pine around it, but the sign was too big, so I was kind of bummed there. So we'll just stick with the rail and I'll show you my version of it. It is. They're really pretty. And of course I like pink. Love pink. I'm not like Laurie when it comes to pink. Hello, ladies. Hello. Okay. So, I'm going to be using those. And I'm going to be using this. I don't know. It's not really what you say. I mean, it's frosted. And it's got like glitter, but some of the frost just looks like kind of like chewed up plastic pieces. I don't know. But anyway, I got it from Joann's. They had a bunch on sale, but I liked it. Thought it would go good with the pine on the rail. Let's see. I also got these. They're like they look champagne on here, but they're really a rose gold. They come from Hobby Lobby. You get like 3 of these balls for like, what is that? $3.99, but they got like Christmas stuff like 50% off now, y'all. Run! Yeah, we're good, Donna. Thank you. Yeah, it's not too far from where my parents live, but yeah, they're good, Donna. Thanks for asking. So yeah, like I said, they look kind of champagne, of course the lighting, but it's actually rose gold. Yeah, it seemed like Christmas was 50% off, and I was like, are you kidding me right now? Uh, I just went Saturday, spent money, and then it's 50% off. And I was like, ugh. But anyway. So yes, run, go get it. Okay, and then I had this gold ribbon. It's kind of got like the lines and a real pretty sheen to it to bring out the gold in the sign. Um, I'm not real sure. I think I got this from a D-Stash group too, but if you like it, I'll give you the number. It's RGC 129308. It's the 1.5 inch that I'm going to use. And then this really pretty, it's a light pink velvety ribbon. I found this at Cracker Barrel. They have kind of a crystal and pink theme kind of going on this year. And I was a little leery because I know some of the 2.5 inch ribbons that you get in stores, like it goes really limp and don't really want to do much because the wire in them's like cheap, but this isn't too awful bad. Like I wouldn't go making huge loops and stuff with them, but for what ribbon tails and stuff on here, it's gonna be okay. So but love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then these are also from Hobby Lobby in the pick section along with the sparkly balls. So I really love these. I think they're pretty. You get more on a pick than what I'm showing you, but I divided it and you get I got 2 of these out of 1 pick to make my own picks. So but yeah, there's these. I don't have how much they were, but yeah. So there's those. And so let me show you the pick I made with them. Because the branch you get, let me show you, it has several different layers to it. So you can go in and cut them off. And I used 1 branch for this because I went in and cut it off. So, and of course this stuff, oh my gosh, y'all, this stuff sheds like crazy. Like crazy. This stuff's everywhere, but it's so pretty. So, but yeah, here's what I made with the pick. Make my own picks. Like I'm getting into this my own pick stuff, y'all. Like doing my own thing. So don't like what I see and make it myself. So okay, let me bring you down to the board and we will get started, y'all. Set this stuff out of the way. Okay. So here we are. My camera like crooked. There we go. So of course I took E6000 and I attached it to the wreath board. You don't have to put a whole lot on here, but I take E6000, get my sign on there just how I want it, and then I set something really heavy on top of it. It's got to cover the whole area. That way it'll stick. So I got like a box of nothing but like wreath centers, and it's pretty heavy. So I take it, set it on top, and I let it set for about 16 to 18 hours. Of course, full cure time for E6000 is 24 to 48 hours, but 16, 18 hours, it works good. I don't have any problem as long as you use the clear E6000. So anyway, okay. So, and of course, we're going to start on the outside, and I'm also going to use that outside hole outside of the board because I don't want to cover up all the pretty on the side. So y'all know me. That's anal Keri. She don't like covering all that stuff up. And I'm not using any mesh again. So, because I thought with the ribbon and the pine, that, you know, it's enough. It don't need mesh. So we're not going to use the mesh. So, okay. And of course, now I did change the ribbon for here, here, and here is going to be different than here. It's got to be shorter in here. That way you can kind of see what we're putting out through here. Hello, ladies. Thank you for sprinkling. So, these 4 rows is going to be 14 inches. And this, I'm not sure yet. It may be 13 or 12 inches. I've just got to try it here after a bit. I didn't cut it yet. So we'll get that figured out here in a minute. Oh, and I forgot. I forgot to show you all my pretty poinsettia. It's also rose gold. I'm sorry. And it's also from Hobby Lobby. Sorry. One of the prettiest things on here, I think. So yeah, I forgot to show you that. Okay. So let's get our zip tie. We're gonna stick it in here. And since I've done my pick already, put it together. Oh yeah, E6000, you can't use it on phones. You can't use it on styrofoam either, really. I mean, you can, but it will eat it up, certain ones. So yeah, you really got to watch E6000 on certain materials. Always, always, always test it on stuff first. Always test it. So okay, I cut both of these ribbons at 14 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide it in here. Is that the one? No, this is the one I want to use. And then I'm going to take the pick I made from using the pine branch, the little sparkly ball, and our little crystal things. I'm going to slide it in here. And just going to zip it close. With the ribbon a little bit. All right. Cut our zip tie. Ready? All right. And I'm also going to alternate the ribbon. So here we put gold in the middle, pink on the outside. So for this next one, we're going to put pink in the middle and gold on the outside. So grab us another zip tie. Just barely close it. And I'll probably go back and cut that off, but I wanted to leave it just in case I need to move this up or down. Because sometimes you can't, the ribbon might be too long, which I am going to have to move that up. So give me just a second. Move this up. Okay. Move that up a little bit. Okay. So get in behind there. Okay. So now this should be. There you go. Because you also want that ribbon to hide, like your zip ties where you're zip tying that in and all that good stuff. So put that in. I'm going to grab my second pick that we made. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Okay, so then slide this one in here. Just zip it up. And again, we're using the outside hole and the outside of the board. So I ain't gonna really, well, I guess I could, it'll. Okay. All right. Come on. Won't you move it? There we go. And of course, come back in here. Play with all these. I just like it because it gives it the extra sparkle. This is like really sparkly. If you like bling bling, this is it. This is extra sparkly. Okay, so now we're going to come to the opposite side, and 14 inches long. Hello, hello, everybody. Stick this side in. Cut up here. That was pretty well past, so I'm gonna go ahead and that up about right there. I'm gonna wait and see if it needs moved by putting in our second one. Let's see, move this out of the way. So I'm going to cut some ribbon. I didn't cut it all, so again, we're gonna do 14 inches. Thank you, thank you. It's Dana. I hate you're having storms. I know Mom and them is. It's been raining off and on there in West Virginia too. It's starting to get flooded in a couple of places. Yeah, I made the picks I'm using. Sure did. Like I said, the pine branch that you can get, I got it from Joann's. It's got several different layers of the pine in there, so you can cut them layers off. You know, I kind of had to go in and add one or like two of them together, so to say. And I just took the ball out of the three that you get. And then I also separated a pick of these little sparkly things. I halved it so you can get two out of one. But one of the pine branch is all I used. So you don't even really have to use like two of them. You can do just one. However, like skinny, thick, you want your pine on there, it's up to you. Like if you want less pine so you can see more of the ribbon, that works. Karen, I believe you actually posted that, I think in Unique Wreath Creators, and I believe I answered you there, but E6000. Um I put it on there. Then I get something that covers the whole area and set it on there, let it set for 16 to 18 hours. 24 hours is usually 24 to 48 is full cure time, but usually 16 to 18 works okay. So that's how I put mine on. Never had any issues. I have sold a ton of rails with the metal signs, even the character boards with the metal signs. Um, they're all in the South, Texas, North Carolina, several places, and I've not been messaged yet saying that uh, the sign has come off or anything like that. So, but that is what I do. Okay, so since the pink was on the outside here, I guess I need to maybe turn that one up a little bit. We're going to put it in the middle on this one. So that means I'm going to put the gold ribbon on top. Just going to do it like Miss Laurie. Fold it in half so you find your center. And as you can tell, our gold ribbon is overshooting itself. So just that. Open it back up. Just scrunch, bring around to make your V. Make sure they're even. If they're not, all you gotta do is just adjust down here to get them even. You're very welcome. A lot of people has been asking that lately. I've seen in several craft groups, that same question. People keep asking how to glue them on there. I'm sure you could probably use like DAP Rapid Fuse. I'm not really. Oh, yes, the other way. Thank you, Sandra. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Thank you, thank you. Lordy, lordy. Paying attention. Not paying attention. Not paying attention. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Badges. Caught me buff. 4 out in it. That's alright. Easy fix, thankfully. Thank you so much. Got to talking and wasn't paying no attention. Alright, so here we go. Alright. I really, really wish I could have done this on the character board, though. I was so wanting to. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's gonna lay good there. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that. Cut it. So I go ahead and put this one in. Barely close it, y'all. And we're just gonna slide that in. I'll go back and mess with those a little later. Alright. Cut this off there. Second pick. And y'all, when you make your own picks, you can use, oh, these to go a little flatter, like zip ties to put it all together. You can use floral wire to put it all together, but it's not hard. I promise it's not hard. The sign was way too big. If I would have put it on there, plus it hid one row of holes, and I wanted all 3 sets of holes for what I wanted to do. So the 12-inch sign for it was just too big. And I wouldn't have used mesh on the character board. I actually would have, I was wanting to use the pine and ribbons just like I'm doing here. But that's why it didn't work. It was just the sign was too big for the center. So and it just left 2 rows to use, and I needed all 3 in order for it to work out. And when I did go to put the ribbons and the pine on there, it was covering up too much of that. So yeah, it was a bummer because I really, really, really wanted to do it on the character board. But so I guess I could have used a bunch of rails and went all the way around, but I didn't want to, do that either. That would have been a little costly, so I didn't really want to do that either. So if you can find this sign, and of course this is 12 inches, if you could find it, a little smaller, like 10 inches would probably work, because by the time you put your ribbon and your pine and stuff on there, what little bit of the board you can see before your first row of holes, it would work great. So, but this is a 12-inch sign, so and just the way the design is and the words and stuff, I couldn't use it. So it was a bummer. Okay. So here in the middle, like I said, I don't think I can cut that 14 inches. I don't believe. I'm gonna go 13 inches, maybe. Hold on. Let's go ahead and do 14. So I'm thinking it's gonna hide that too much. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure where Laurie got it. I have seen it several different places, so I don't know. And I think most of the places they were 12 inches, but don't quote me on it. There could be some smaller ones. I don't know. Let's go ahead and fold this before I go to whacking. Let's see if it works or if it's going to be too much. Yeah, so we're going to make this 13. See if that works. Goodness, are we going to have to go 12? Yeah, we might be making it 12, y'all. It would be a pretty vinyl, though. But the thing is, well, yeah, because their vinyls are 10. Yeah, that would work. Let's have another brain fart thinking it was 11 something, but they're actually 10, almost 11. But okay, so yes. Okay. I've used mesh on the character board for this. I'd have just went with the ribbons and the pine. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my dovetails in here since we found out 12 inches is what works. These are 14. The center is going to be 12, y'all. It would be pretty, but I've not seen the vinyl. I've only seen the metal sign, so. Alright, so let's just put these so it don't fray. Grab our gold. Inches. Inches. And one more of this. At 12. Dovetail it. This. Again. And I'm burning this so it don't unravel. I don't know. I'm sure you all have seen how the thread on the end pieces, how they keep unraveling. So I just kind of singe mine so it won't. This metallic, you probably don't have to just because of what it is made of. But go ahead and singe it anyway. All right, so Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. And I love owls though. So, and then for it to be a snowy owl, which I absolutely adore. They're beautiful. Um, I've been wanting to see one here in Vermont. They have been around certain places here. The only ones I've seen are at our Vins Raptor Center here in Vermont. It's in Quechee Gorge. They have a female, they take in rehabilitated, uh, let's see, they take in injured raptors and, of course, other birds, songbirds, and different things, and um, rehabilitate them if possible. If not, they have several ambassadors there. They have a female snowy owl that actually imprinted um, on humans. So she's not releasable at all. Um, she's there, and then there's a male there. Um, he is gorgeous, and I don't know if y'all know or not, but the female snowy owl is the one that has all the black spots on her. The male snowy owl, they're all white. They're gorgeous. Just, I mean, gorgeous. I absolutely just, I love them. They're so pretty. They're one of my favorites. But we go up to Ben's a couple times a year. They have a beautiful raven up there. They got several crows there too that, oh my gosh, they're so funny because they get along with crows that's out in the wild. And the crows there that's in the enclosure, which I mean it's open because it's, you know, like a cage and different things. But the crows on the outside will bring the crows that's in the cage food. And then the crows that's in the enclosure, they will share their food with the crows on the outside. And it's so funny because the barred owls there, which is what a lot of people hear outside, um, they also sit and call back and forth to each other there at the center. So I love it. I love that place. It's awesome. Um, I just love going there. But yeah. Okay. So sorry. Just, you know, little information there. And it's funny, the female, she kind of stays and uh kind of back away from, you know, the front where, you know, we go in and can view them and stuff. But the male one, he usually, we've been there twice now, and it's the same male that they have. And he's usually right up there. He don't mind, you know. I've gotten several awesome photos of him, so it's cool. Yeah, most of the time, yes, the female or the male birds are the more prettier. But females, they've actually got the markings on them, so in the snowy owls anyway. So okay, so let's get our zip tags. I'm gonna put both of these in. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do the ribbon first. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let's do the ribbon both together, and then I'll come back and do the pine together. So, of course, we'll have to fix all of this. Let's get them in there. You want to get to where the rubber bands, the nubs are, one's going one way, one's going the other way, and make sure you get them both in your zip tie. So, yeah, they're at Vans. They used to let you like go in the hospital. Of course, they take volunteers. Um, well, what they call their hospital. What it is where they get in injured babies or have eggs that not yet hatched that fallen out. But they take all kinds of volunteers through the spring, summer, and fall to come in and help them feed the babies. Um, so I didn't know that until this year because, like I said, years before, you used to be able to go in the hospital just, right off the center there. And you used to be able to volunteer, but now they're taking volunteers through like an application or something there. But I may try and go do that next year because I just love animals. Okay, so there's that. Let's cut that off. All right, I'm gonna go right in over top of this. Close it just a little bit. And I'm gonna come in here. I didn't put any of the balls in these because I'm gonna put my poinsettia in the center. There's a lot of places that has this sign. I've seen it several different places. You have to wax some of this off actually. And I'm gonna try and get this one down into there. Thought I went through the zip tie, but I sure didn't. All right, there we go. Yeah, we're getting it. Okay, get in there. I want to go back and kind of fix the ribbon. Might not even have to put the ribbon, but see much of it, but to get that to flatten down a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna tighten this up. All right, now gonna get my pretty poinsettia. I'm gonna two leaves there stuck together. All right, so I have to, let's see here. Oh yeah, so I'm going to cut this down. Bigger guns. Okay. Zip tie that together because where I cut that, it's wanting to fall apart. So hang on there. So I cut it a little too short, so now all of it's wanting to fall apart. It's okay. Zip tie and we'll all stay together. No, it's not falling apart. Okay. Pin that down. Get it zip tied, hopefully. No, this is I'm gonna call it a rose gold. Um, it looks kind of champagne on here. It just I don't know. Hang on, let me turn off my light and see if that show it better. Somewhat, not much, but um, so yeah, it's like a rose gold. Got it from the Hoblobs. Like I said, they got Christmas 50% off this week. Of course, they'd wait till after I was there. All right. Quit messing with that. So now I'm just gonna have to fix it once I get it on here anyway. Fat fingers to cooperate. Mm-hmm. There we go. Here. Poinsettia out a little bit. Not really flattened, but you know. All right. Yeah, you can. Let's see. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I kind of figured that I'd still be able to see the board back in here. So I'm just gonna grab some of this greenery and cut a little piece off, and I'm going to zip tie it back here so that you don't see the board. So yeah, I was putting it in the first and second folder, G-Man. Sorry. Thank you. So let's see here. Grab our little pine. Uh-oh, that one don't want to stay. Hang on. We'll have to glue him on the stem. Alright, so let's see if this will be enough. Just using one. I am going to have to glue the pine. What happened? The little thing split up the middle. And just get you a shot of glue. Let's put it back on there. So it'll stay. Okay. So let's see. Sorry. Headshot. Just have to use smaller ones. Actually, I'll take the big one off, of course. down a bit. Let's find a piece of this. What you gonna really do? Let's see. Sorry, y'all, like getting okay. So I'm just gonna zip tie those in so you don't see the board in little pieces. So you'll be using the hole closest to the side and the middle hole. But I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and zip tie these together. And then that way it'll be easier to zip tie them onto the board. So again, yes, it'd be hole 3, the inner hole. And I'll be using the middle hole. Hello, hello. That's Miss Tracy. All right, so top of the ribbon. Okay, hopefully we're not. There we go. Now get it down where it's not biting the owls so much. In here. All right. And the same problem last week, since we didn't use any mesh. This mesh kind of helps, you know, pound the board a little bit, but I didn't want to use it. So just like last week with the Halloween, let's put more of the vine in there. So we're just going to put the pine in here. Okay, y'all. Well, you can leave it like that, but y'all know me. I'm going to add a hanging bow. Flatten that up just a hair more too. Let's see, do it. So I'm going to take the gold. We're going to take this and just keep folding it in on itself. On the lantern, it's on my page. You just have to scroll down. It should be almost right below on Mountain Gal Creations. It should be right there. Because I was live in Wreath Work Forms and More for the first part, and it just kept freezing there. So I had to go to my page. So it should be on my page. It'll say, it should have me sharing saying part 1. It'll have like fall centerpiece and all that on it too. But it's on there. You just have to scroll down. Hello, bug. Did you come see what I was doing? All right. Issues. Should have drilled the hole a little bigger. Oh, well. Okay. Shoo. What are you doing? Hmm? You come to see what I was doing? Hmm? It's not close enough. Yeah, close enough. Alright, I'm just gonna take that and kind of widen it to where you can't see the top hole. And all the lanterns, I believe I got them at Dollar General last year, when I was working there. Nobody bought them, and I actually got like 2 sets of them. Got them when they were marked down 90%. So thank you. I had fun doing it. I was afraid I was adding too much to it, but I was like, man, I don't know. I'm afraid of getting too much. Okay, sorry. I had to get my bow maker. Okay. Um, hmm. I don't think I'm gonna put any of the pink. Since there's like, all this pink here, I think I'm just gonna stick with the gold for this. So we'll do 2 loops. So thank you, Gail. Yeah, I tend to kind of go overboard, and that's my very first large piece like that. So I had to kind of make it with 2 of the rectangle boards in order to get the both lanterns to fit and look right. So okay, and we're going to inches on the loop. And again, I don't know, I just put whatever down here. Of course, bring it up here, give it a twist because you want the underside facing up, and bring that down. That's the top of the ribbon. Of course, you can't really tell on this one. So, but we'll say it's about 5 inches. So bring this over and give it a twist. So then to make sure they are even, I'm going to bring them up. And you can bring them up like that. And you can see if they're even or not. If not, adjust it. You can pull this ribbon to fix this one, or pull or whatever on this one to fix this one. So they're about even. So we're going to do our second bow loop, and let's go right over top. That way you know it's going to be the same size. Add a twist. Do that, or should I go like one more for the center? What do you think? Should I do 3 loops? Make this one a little smaller? Or should I do 2 loops the same size? 2 or 3 loops? 3 loops? All right, we'll go with 3. I'm thinking 3 too. Just a hair bigger though. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Let's see. Things are saying, I don't think so. All right. Yeah, that's the same now. Okay, now we got it. Guess I could have used the board, but dummy. Well, it's still showing. This side's still too small, according to that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's bring this up here. Too far that we don't see. Oh my gosh, Sharon. Woo! Wedding flowers. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Do I ever hear you? I done flowers for my sister's wedding, my own wedding, a friend's wedding, a cousin's wedding, plus the cakes for him. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Okay, so we need 2 of our zip ties. All right. And just want to put a dot and a dot. Remember, you don't want to go the whole length of the ribbon. It'll look wet when you do. If you go down the whole length of the ribbon. So just do the ends. All right. That, especially a ribbon like this where it's kind of a metallic and it's not like a really see-through sheer, but it's kind of sheer. So, okay. Now, get all the glue off my fingers. All right, come over here. Grab our bow. Get the hold of our bow. We're going to get our to zip tie it all together. My fingers to cooperate. Don't go all the way. Don't zip it all the way yet. A hold of it. Because then I also want to put a zip tie back here. So like I said, you don't have to. I do. Some of my customers want a zip tie to hang it with. Others will hang it by the bow. So I add the zip tie. If they don't want to hang it by the zip tie, then they can cut it off. So they have the option to do either or. All right, so now go ahead and we're going to tighten that. So now this is connected in with this. It's like a hot mess at the moment. Put that. I'm going to come in here and add the center to what that little piece we made. Finished look to the bow because I don't like just fluffing these up, and sometimes when you ship them it'll go flat. You can see the zip tie, and most of your customers don't want to, fluff that back up. Sometimes they don't know how. So I like to use just a piece of the ribbon to hide it. So, okay, so then we're just going to flip it over. And we'll come back here, get our hot glue, and I'm going to grab a finger thing since that's a sheer ribbon and it wants to kind of go through. And we're going to press down a couple of seconds so it'll hold. All right, go ahead and cut part of it. Get it a little longer than it needs to be. We're just going to pull. And see, that's going to be a little longer than it needs to be, so cut that. We're just going to come here. A little bit of glue. The finger. Put it down. Oh, I thought my cat was going to jump up here. All right, of course, blue strings galore. Of course, like we brought these up, they might be a little too long. All you gotta do, just go in here. You ain't really gonna see it when you fluff out your bow and stuff anyway. You can just go in there, whack it off. It'll be alright. Okay, so now let's get our bow floofed out here. Turn around here. Let's get to it. Tail end. All right, y'all. We are done. Set that up a little more. Once I get it hanging up, it's a little easier to fluff it. So, okay, bring you ladies up. And I should have left it down and kind of just slowly slid it up. But okay, so here we go, y'all. You look where that's off of it. But there she is. I need to do a better background than my ribbon. So there it is. Let's close. Just bring it down. Trying to get the ring light off of it. Hang it though. So there you go, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is gorgeous. That turned out so pretty. So, so pretty. Love it, love it. So, all right, y'all. Let's see. I will be back on, say, the 12th. Because we got Miss Kathy. Her first live will be the 5th. Our new member of the Unique in the Creek design team. She'll be on the 5th. So I'll be back on the 12th and see you all. I'll probably have like well, it's got a witch hat on, but it's gonna be another owl. So I loved it. It's a fall, well, like I said, the owl's kind of got a witch hat on, so it'll be another Halloween style wreath. Um, so I couldn't resist the sign when I seen it. So I may try the character board with it. Of course, it's a 12-inch sign, but I think what I'm gonna do is move the sign a little bit. You'll see. You'll see. What's my page called? Mountain Gal Creations. I'm Keri-Marie, and my page is Mountain Gal Creations. At the top of the live, once I end the video and it comes up as a post, you will get my page on there. But it's Mountain Gal Creations. So thank you all again, and be sure to tune in for Miss Kathy next Tuesday and give her a heartfelt welcome, and so just show her the Unique in the Creek love. And thank you all again for joining me, and I will catch you on the 12th.